to tonight's original now with in-depth reporting on a topic we've been watching, and it is exactly what we've been talking about here, abortion rights. The decision about whether to add an abortion rights proposal to the November ballot in one state, Michigan, is probably going to end up with that state's Supreme Court after a vote among the group that oversees the state's elections ended in a tie. It's part of this bigger state-by-state battle after the Supreme Court overturned Roe. And it's put doctors, some of them, in a tough position, both legally and morally, some say. Our team spoke with 3 Catholic providers in states where the procedure is still legal who have changed their minds on the issue of abortion. Here's Kathy Park.
My younger self absolutely would have been celebrating the decision to overturn Roe versus Wade.
A devoted Catholic, Jenny Villavicencio, once protested against abortion rights.
In high school, I was writing essays and reading them to my classmates about why abortion was wrong.
Until she found herself at a family planning clinic to get a morning after pill.
I had to pass through protesters who were screaming horrible things at me. And I remember thinking, I'm on your side. I'm pro-life.
But inside the clinic, she started to reconsider.
I couldn't tell who was there for an abortion, who was there for Plan B or contraception or a pap smear. And in that moment, I realized that that black and whiteness that I had been taught and been really proclaiming for so long wasn't the reality in the real world.
Now, as an OBGYN, she performs abortions, and she's not alone. Diane Horvath also grew up Catholic.
The teaching on abortion was a little bit confusing because they talk a lot about, you know, abortion being wrong and immoral, but also like loving your neighbor and being God's hands in the world.
She, too, became an abortion provider and is opening up an abortion clinic in Maryland in September.
My grandmother was a nurse in like the 1930s and 40s. And, you know, she saw a lot of people get sick and die from illegal or unsafe abortions. And so for her, it was never even a question. She said, of course, this should be legal because people shouldn't die from it.
Roughly 76% of Catholics in the U.S. say abortion should be legal in some cases and illegal in others, according to a recent Pew Research survey. The Catholic Church opposes abortion, believing that life begins at conception. Pope Francis has compared it to hiring a hitman.
I practiced abortions, did abortions, during the first 2 years of my residency.
While doctors Villavicencio and Horvath once opposed abortion and are now providers, some, like Dr. John Bruchowski, went a different direction.
It came to a head one day. I had to call the NICU. The doctor says, "Why are you treating my patient like a tumor?" She eventually challenged me to see that I was supposed to take care of 2 patients.
He stopped abortion care and started his own OBGYN practice.
It's practicing the best of modern medicine with the healing of Jesus Christ. And you don't have to say anything about Jesus in order to do that. You just need to be compassionate and holistic and integrated.
Taking different paths, but all seeing their work as a way of expressing Catholic values.
The values that were instilled in me, those values that in my faith tradition were attributed to Jesus, for example, those of compassion, of love, of acceptance, of equality. I continue to express those in the work that I'm doing.
Kathy is joining us now. Kathy, thank you for bringing us this story. It gave us a rare look at a case where an abortion clinic is opening in Diane's case, but it comes at a time where other clinics are closed or closing after the overturning of Roe.
Yeah, Hallie, that's absolutely right. According to the Guttmacher Institute of Research and Policy Organization, at least 43 clinics across 11 states have stopped providing abortion care about a month after that decision came down from the Supreme Court. And look, you heard from Diane there. She said she's not alone. There are other people like herself trying to fill this void across the country. And she said she's had to work on a much more expedited and consolidated timeline because keep in mind this decision came down at the end of June. Here we are at the end of August. She plans to open up this clinic in a matter of days, but she said she's been planning for months. Hallie?
Kathy Park, live for us there in Chicago. Kathy, thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.